Okay, here is the video I guess you guys will be waiting for. But this is where I'm going to be talking about my surgery. Alright, so my surgery was December 20th. About a week before that, I had my blood drawn, which I had learned then. Apparently, I have rolling veins and spider veins. So, my veins are extremely hard to find and extremely hard to get blood drawn, which is awesome. Not really. So, oh my god, they bruised me and they poked every single vein they could find, and it was just like, what the heck? Anyways, that was a week before. Okay, the day of, I couldn't drink for after midnight, which was weird. I really thought that I wouldn't be able to eat or drink anything for like at least like the whole day before. I didn't think I wouldn't be able to. But for 2 weeks I couldn't have any like Aleve, Advil, anything like that because it thinned your blood. So I couldn't do that, and then couldn't drink or eat before midnight the night before. And my surgery was like 7 o'clock in the morning, so I had to be there at like 6:30, something like that. My grandma, my granny, my mom, my two sisters, and my boyfriend went at the time. I dressed, you have to dress in like comfortable clothing that you can wear afterwards too, like after your surgery. So I wore like a button up, my grandpa's shirt. Like he's like a 3X guy, so I wore like his shirt that was button up, and some like sweatpants because it was winter, it's cold. So, so we went over to the surgery center. This was in Columbus, Indiana. So we went over to the surgery center. We walk in. There was like one other lady in there. I think we were like the first people, there. I was the first patient of the day. It was me and this little boy who kept screaming while I was trying to get my blood drawn, which didn't happen. Almost. So, I had to fill out some forms, sat down for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then they called me back there, and I had to pee in a cup, change my clothes, put on new booties, and, the robe thing. Then they put all my clothes in a bag, and they took my bag from me. Well, they put it under the bed. Like, they have those roll-away beds. So they put it under the bed. They made me take out my earrings, my glasses. I couldn't take out this earring, though. This side one. But I had to take out my plugs, and I had to take out the second hole. And, did I have nose rings? No, I think I already took out my nose rings at the time. But, yeah, I had to take out everything. Oh, and then, oh my god. Like I said in my last video, the beginning of this video. The beginning of this video, I said how awful my veins are. Well, they're still awful. I think it's pretty much because I'm dehydrated, like, all the time. I don't drink enough. I will admit that. It's just hard for me to drink. But, anyways, I had this one lady. She did it in both of the insides of my elbows. She did it like 3 times on this one, and then she did it 2 times on this one, and then she had somebody else come in, and they did it in my wrist, and then she tried this elbow again, and then she had another person come in. This is the 3rd person come in, do this arm, and then do this arm again. Oh my gosh. And then the anesthesiologist, who looks exactly like, what's his name? I don't remember his name, but he was pretty good looking. Anyways, so he was looking at my veins, tapping them, putting the rubber band thing on it, and he couldn't find it either. So, I don't know. Then they decided that they couldn't find it, and they hooked me up. They had stuff on my chest, they had stuff on my back. This was before they started doing my IV. But they had like heart monitors and stuff like that. And then after they pretty much set me up without the IV, you're supposed to already have the IV in you, so you could be asleep without seeing the surgery room. But I ended up seeing the surgery room. They let my family come back, only 2 people at a time. So they had my granny and my mom came out, and then they had my grandma and my mom. My granny is my grandma's mom. And then they had my grandma and my mom come and see me before I went off to surgery. Before they came back, he marked on me where he was gonna, like, he had me sit up, and he like marked where he was gonna cut, I guess, trying to make it look good. It was weird. It was really weird because I don't know, like my boobs were like, out more, and so my nipple was like down here, and then he drew it up here, and I was like, that's weird, how are you gonna get that up there? And just like different things. I was just like, how are you gonna get that there? So it was weird. I was like, how does this make sense? But it all worked out. But anyways, after they came, then they had to leave, and as they were leaving, they gave me warm towels, and then they wheeled me into the surgery room and put me next to the surgery bed, and I had to crawl over there and watch my cords. They had to like make sure I didn't like roll on my cords. So then I get in there, and I had my arms sprawled out like this, and then the anesthesiologist is on my left arm, and I'm freaking out a little bit because he's just looking at it, and I'm like, what's going on? So I have both my arms like this, and then the lady that I met at my first consultation was there, and so I was like, oh hey, I know you, because she said that she would be in the surgery room, and she helps Dr. Jackson. So went in there. She was there, and she put these weird massager things on my legs, and it like warmed and it massaged your legs, and it was pretty nice. And then they put like a warm towel behind my neck, and they tried to make you really comfortable. So they made me warm. It was like the surgery room is always cold, so they made me really try to make me comfortable. Sorry, I keep moving. I'm just like antsy. So they made me comfortable, and then I could feel him like poking around in my arm, and it hurt really bad, but they said I couldn't look at it. And then since they couldn't get the IV in yet, they put the gas mask on me, and I guess I wasn't breathing right. And so they told me, keep breathing, and I was like trying to take really deep breaths, and I was like freaking out because I was like looking around, but I knew I needed to just go to sleep because I knew what was going on. Can't back out now. So I'm getting like so then I was he kept poking at my veins, and finally I felt him like go in my hand, but not really. It was weird because I still had the mask on. So I don't know if you can imagine this. I'm on the surgery bed, my arms sprawled out, got this mask on my face, and he's sitting there poking on my left arm. And then all of a sudden I feel something like go in the middle of my arm right here, and then next thing I know, I'm waking up. So that's the last thing I remember. I felt some pain in here, and then that was it. And I woke up, and the IV was right there where I felt the last sting. So he must have like immediately like bam passed out as soon as he got it in there. Next thing I know, I'm waking up in a different room, not the surgery room. Like, some people freak out, they're gonna wake up in the surgery room. I didn't. I never even thought about it. I've seen that movie Awake. I knew that wouldn't happen to me because I've been put to sleep 2 times before for my teeth getting pulled out. Like my wisdom teeth, and when I was 8, I had a really bad cavity because I ate candy a lot, which is how I got chunky. But, so I wake up, and there's a nurse around me trying to wake me up. I guess I slept longer than I should have. So, I mean, I guess I'd rather sleep longer than I should than wake up when I shouldn't. So, I guess I was in there 2 hours longer than I was supposed to be, and I was having a really hard time waking up. And then I don't remember being in a lot of pain, but I remember thinking I should be in a lot of pain, so I asked for more pain medicine, and then I think I fell asleep again. And then I woke up again, and I asked for my family. I don't even know if I understood what I was saying. I know I was just like really drowsy, and I knew where I was, and I knew what was going on. I was just like really tired. And I tried to feel my boobs. Like they didn't hurt, but they had like ice, and then they had it wrapped, and then they had this weird bra, and then they had all kinds. I don't know. It was really weird, and I was still in my gown. And then they asked me who I wanted to come back, and I think I said my grandma and my mom. But I guess my granny and my mom came back because my grandma was gonna go get the car. So granny and my mom come back, and then they're like, you need to get dressed, and granny couldn't help me. So I had Tyler, my boyfriend at the time, come back and help me, and he seen me, and I guess he'd been crying because he was afraid of like what was going on. Then they had to help me sit up and get my clothes on, and then I started crying. I guess I don't remember why. I just was so overwhelmed. I just started crying, and they said it's from the medicine, and it makes you just get upset about everything. And so so they sat up and they helped me get dressed, and it took a long time, and I felt like I felt really heavy up here, and so I just kept like falling backwards, and I had to have like 3 people help me sit up, and it was pretty bad. And then they made me walk to the car because it wasn't that far away, so they couldn't get me in the wheelchair. And so they had people in front of me, behind me, and beside me helping me walk. And I couldn't feel my feet or my legs, and so I was trying to walk out the door, and I know I got there. It just took a really long time and really slow steps, and it hurt so bad. I was crying the whole way, even though it would have been like a 2-second walk for a normal person, but it was like a 15-minute walk for me. So get in the car. I don't know. This video is getting long. I'll stop this and I'll make another video. So go to the next one.